Get a free RAM upgrade by enabling XMP. Do you like free upgrades? One-click upgrades. Well, that is what XMP is. For those that are sitting under the rock, XMP stands for Extreme Memory Profile. Now you might ask, why is it called XMP and not EMP? Well, as you know, in the tech and the PC space, the X just makes things a little more extreme and gives it a bit of an X factor. Well, yeah, that is what XMP is. It is more extreme. Now the basic purpose of XMP is pretty simple. It increases the performance of your memory. Not your memory, your computer's memory. So DDR4 memory runs at 2133 MHz by default. That means if you buy a 32 MHz RAM and stick it into your computer, it will run at 2133 MHz by default. Anything above 2133 MHz is above industry speeds, and to enable memories to run at these speeds, Intel developed a technology called XMP. Now the equivalent to this technology that AMD developed was AMD Memory Profile or AMP. You will hardly find that these days. Also an alternative is DOCP or Direct Overclock Profile. That was developed by Asus, which works on both Intel and AMD boards. Also, because all AMD motherboard makers also make Intel motherboards, they have the right to use Intel's proprietary XMP profiles. And XMP comes pre-installed in almost every computer RAM. Here's a screen grab from Gigabyte AX370 Gaming 5 motherboard, which sports the AMD AM4 socket. But as you can see, Intel's XMP is having a nice time here. But is XMP safe? Well, XMP is overclocking, and any kind of overclocking might cause instability. But XMP is among the most safest forms of overclocking out there. It's just because a particular XMP enabled stick is thoroughly stress tested and verified to run in the advertised frequency at a very stable manner. But problems always find their way, so just be a little more careful. For this video, I am using the XPG Spectrix D40 RGB gaming RAM. 2 sticks, 8 gigs each, and they can do a maximum of 24 MHz. They support Intel XMP 2.0, which is just a more feature-laden version of the original XMP. Also, this memory module has huge heat spreaders, so it can easily handle XMP. So enabling XMP is pretty simple. You need to get into your computer's BIOS, and the easiest way to get into your BIOS is to restart your computer and then keep spamming the BIOS key. Well, I'm on a Gigabyte motherboard here, but the process is pretty much the same for any motherboard out there. I'm with the H310M H2.0 motherboard, and I'm currently on the F10 version of the BIOS. So you would want to get into the advanced memory sections of your motherboard. Some motherboards have a separate section just for memory, like the EVGA boards. So once inside the advanced memory settings, you will find the Extreme Memory Profile option. It's simple from here, just double click and a dialog box will pop up. Now you will see 2 different profiles in here. These profiles have different uses. Let me explain. The first profile contains enthusiast settings, and this allows your memory to run at the advertised speeds. These settings only enable a modest overclock and are also the most stable. The second profile contains more extreme settings that offer a much higher level of performance, so you might have to entertain a little bit of instability here and there. Now having 2 profiles enables you to quickly switch in between them, which is pretty great. There are a lot more options in here, and you can play around with them if you have the experience and get more performance out of your memory. Now after you are done playing with all the options, simply hit save and exit setup and your computer will restart for you. Now if you want to cross-check, just go to your task manager, head over to the performance tab and go to the memory section. Here you will see the frequency at which your memory is currently running. Mine is already running at 2400 MHz. That is the highest that this thing can do, so I am all good. Also, you can use a third-party utility like say CPU-Z to check out the frequency that your memory is currently running in. Anyways, that's for it. This is a small little trick that can help you get more performance out of your current setup amidst this shortage. And yeah, the shortage is really lasting very long, and at this point it seems like it is not getting over anytime soon. By the way, if you want to know more about the shortage, why things happened in the first place and when things will get better, click on the card here. And if you want to know about a little workaround to get a gaming PC amidst this shortage, click on the card here. Don't forget to like the video, and I hope to see you again in the next video.